What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you rocking with me. I wish I'd turned the camera on 30 seconds sooner. I could have shown you the guinea fowl that were running across the street. Haven't done one of these in a little while. Little drive-in vlog ski. But well, hashtag content, and I need some more of it. But there's actually, oh, we're losing the camera. I'll fix that. I'm not even sure if I'm in frame, to be honest. I did not take the time to coordinate all this, so whatever. I'm actually headed to Goodwill, making a donation. 2 years worth of shit. I was supposed to go to Goodwill last, when I say last, I mean 2020, March. We came back from vacation the end of February, and I was gonna go to Goodwill, like, you know, as soon as we got back, because we had a bunch of stuff that needed to go. And I don't know, I didn't go that week, and then like the following week everything was closed, and I've never made it back as far as even considered going through the donation process. The line's been wrapped around the store really consistently up until the last month or two, and I also heard that they were like not taking certain things, just this little bit. And I don't want to show up with a shitload of stuff and wait for them to thumb through it, you know, and let me know what they're taking and what they're not. So, but we finally reached the point where I gotta go. I gotta do it. I got stuff everywhere. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm not going. I was considering going in and sourcing, but I just said screw it. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. I don't care. There's not. My hits are not good enough there, and that place is always packed, and I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to deal with it. I missed a bunch of garage sales the last 2 weeks. The boy had to have a little minor surgery, and we didn't want to have any unnecessary exposure to anything, because, you know, if he got sick at all, any kind, I mean, he hasn't hardly been out of the house, so even a little cold, unfortunately for him, could be, you know, significant. It was going to table his surgery, so like I missed out on 2 good weekends of garage selling, and man, I've got the itch so bad. I want to go so bad right now. In fact, last weekend there were a lot of sales. Now they were spread out, so it would have been like a whole day thing to go to them. But there was enough that I would have gone out, and it just wasn't viable. So I'm hoping, it's Thursday right now, I'm hoping this weekend there's a bunch. I haven't checked today, but as of yesterday there were none. there was like 2 estate sales at opposite ends of the peninsula, and one of them is an estate sale. I swear to God they have an estate sale out in Port Ludlow, which is basically where a bunch of old people live, so it makes sense they have them all the time. But I swear this company's got an estate sale every weekend, year round, and you can see their pricing, and it's astronomical. It's insane, absolutely insane. So I don't even waste my time with the drive out there. It's a good probably 45-minute drive to get out there, and it's one of those like super corporate estate sale companies, and they're just kind of a pain in the butt to deal with. So I just don't do it. But yeah, I'm hoping this weekend there's some garage sales. We'll see. Basically haven't sourced anything other than those records. I finally got around to listing all those records that I bought 2 months ago, something like that. And some of them have been selling. We've sold a few. We haven't made our money back, but we've sold a few. We're still listing. We still got probably, if I had to guess, I would say we're probably 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through. I haven't listed the Time Life ones yet, which are some of the big ones. And then we actually had some movie soundtracks that we're cataloging right now that are actually worth a little bit, like, you know, $20, $30. So those are actually some nice hits. And then other things like I took pictures of, I don't know, probably another 20 or 30 lots, I would say, and none of that is up yet. So there's actually, as far as what I bet only half of them are listed right now, if I had to guess. I did something a little different this time. Because I don't have enough inventory or time to list every day. I took a couple of days and took a bunch of pictures and saved them as drafts, and I've been posting them like 5 a day, hoping that kind of consistent posting keeps, you know, my name up on the algorithm. I don't know if it's working. It doesn't really seem to be making a difference, but you know, I don't know, we'll see. I did have an interesting one, or a funny one, the other day, because this is kind of a debate I see on YouTube a lot amongst resellers, is communicating with buyers. And you guys know I've bitched about eBay's communication system basically since I started doing this, and it is horrible on so many levels. But and I think I've talked about this before, but a tactic that I've adopted is 90% of the time I just don't respond to messages. I had one the other day where it was like, you know, they were asking about a record, and I don't grade records. I don't do it. These records are used. Some of them are like mint, and some of them are beat to hell. And frankly, as far as the record verbiage, I don't know the difference between a very fine plus and you know, fine. You know, comic books, I can tell you all day long. Records, I couldn't tell you. I know that it's not that complicated. I know that you can train yourself. I just don't care, to be perfectly honest. I'm not into records. I'm just into the money, and I'm buying them cheap enough that I don't even have to sell them for that much to make a really great profit on it. And so just for the time investment, I don't care. If I got a collection that was like really nice, and they were high dollar records where the difference between a you know, near mint and a very fine was significant, okay, now I'm going to invest the time. But that's just not the case with these. And so I just rated them all good. I just put good, right? And I took a bunch of pictures, and I put in the description, you know, we've made every effort to verify that these are playable, but please look at the pictures for to verify condition. So we just had a little slam on your brake moment, because I guess everyone had to turn and rubberneck at some chick on the side of the road vaping. I don't know. I just like, I don't know. Anyway, these records aren't worth the time investment to verify the condition. So I put good across the board, and you know, I'm taking pictures on an iPhone 11. Every picture is like 6 megabytes because of the resolution. You know what I'm saying? So these are high density photographs. You can zoom in super far and get a really good look. If there were any like scratches, I took close-up pictures of them and included those, because, you know, I mean, whatever, someone might want the record for any number of reasons, or be willing to take a chance on it, you know. So anything that was like obvious, I took close-up pictures and all of that. But for the most part, these records were all in very good condition. The sleeves maybe not so much, blah 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 blah, neither here nor there. I got a message from a guy. He said, can you please tell me more about the condition of these records? I have, in my experience, good means very bad, and I've been burned before. And I was like, I'm not going to go, and here's the thing, I'm going to be honest with you. The record in question, it was 3 records that I think I had listed for $20, free ship. They were some really cringy, I wouldn't even call them gospel records. They were like ministry records. And maybe part of the cringe is that they were from the 60s, so all the pictures are just cringy because they're outdated. But it just, like, the whole thing gave me bad vibes. And they were all from the same guy. The whole thing just gave me the heebie-jeebies. I just ignored the message. I didn't respond. I just said, you know, look at the pictures. It's $20. It's 3 records. You know, I'm reminded of an interaction Lonnie had a couple weeks ago. Well, probably more than a couple weeks by the time this goes up. But a couple weeks ago, where he had a bunch of comic books that he put up, and a lot of them were Silver Age. So yeah, like I would say mid to late Silver Age from the ones I saw. Really nice books, really great condition from what I could see. Really a nice collection. And he got this message where somebody asked him like 9 questions about the books. You know, I don't remember what they were, but you know, please describe what are the condition of the corners? What are the condition of the pages? Are there any rips? Are there any tears? Are there any color breaks? Are they blah 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 blah? He had like 9 questions. My nose will not stop itching. I am so sorry. I don't know what. I didn't take an allergy pill today, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I'm sitting here like I can't, like I'm on coke or something. Swig of Monster for the working man. I also need to trim my mustache. All this talking like vibrates the mustache and tickles my nose. Anyway, so Lonnie's response was, he goes, 9 questions? Question mark. And then he goes, thank you, something to the effect of, thank you for the interest. I think you need to find a seller, or I think you're the type of buyer who needs to handle the book in person, or something to that effect. And that's kind of my takeaway. Like, I agree with Lonnie. If you want clarification on, like, something, like, hey, I'm looking at the picture, and it looks like the, whatever, let's say the column, looks like the corner might be a little bent, but I can't really tell. Can you verify, you know, the upper right? Like, I don't think that's an unreasonable question. But if, like, in my case, the guy didn't even ask a specific question. He just wanted to know more about the condition of the record. Well, what do you want to know? You know what I mean? And I just didn't want to have the back and forth. So that day, I actually came across a 4th record that was actually the same. It wasn't the same guy, it was his kid, but it was the same like family of records. And I didn't realize that when I was sorting them. And it turned out that record, the 4th one, actually had a little bit of value on its own, and was in really good condition. So I ended up listing it separately. And I don't know, 6 hours after that message, a different person bought all 4 records. So both lots for full asking price, no questions, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know. I have found more often than not, you answer all those questions and one of 2 things happens. They don't buy the damn thing, and they don't even respond. I mean, I had a guy one time come back and say, okay, I appreciate the info, I'm gonna pass, thanks. No problem with that. Like, no problem with that. Most of the time they just don't respond at all. Like, are you interested? Do you want to negotiate a price? You know, who knows, right? You don't want to go begging the guy to buy it. Or they buy it, and as seasoned sellers know, they use all of that information to immediately try to get a refund, or not to return it, not to send it back, but to get a refund and keep it, because, oh, well, you said in here, blah, 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 you know. So more often than not, it's better just to not respond. And most of the time when I don't respond, it ends up selling to somebody else, you know, shortly thereafter for full asking price, no issues, no questions asked. So, call to action, getting better at it. What say you, is it better? And this is the question that comes up as far as providing customer service. I don't believe in the broad stroke customer service generally at all, but especially on eBay, because I don't have repeat customers. I don't have a niche. I don't sell one thing over and over and over again. So I'm not going to have repeat customers. So there's sort of broad strokes customer service about, you know, being responsive and talking to everybody and treating every individual customer like a VIP. I don't care. I don't believe in it much at all, but especially for my business. So what say you, am I right in saying that it's usually better just to keep your mouth shut and not say anything? Or am I an asshole? Also valid. And you know, I should be basically bending over backwards to whatever, to, you know, answer all their questions and cater to them and basically give them that sort of stereotype of what customer service looks like. The for lack of a better description, the Karen version of customer service. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna stop this one because the last thing you need is a 40-minute vlog. Like, subscribe, share, click the bell icon. We've had some new subscribers. I think we've had like 6 new subs in the last couple of days. I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. I know I've been doing a lot of different content lately. If you're new, I'm a part-time reseller, a lifelong collector of everything, comic books, trading cards, you name it. So if you're into that kind of stuff, like I said, subscribe. As we get into summer here, we're gonna do a lot more of the garage selling videos and the reselling videos, but it just hasn't been anything to talk about for the last few months, so I've been trying to do some other stuff. But yeah, appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.